I would say even though we're in negative political power right now, we're still not in dire shape.
We're not in huge danger. I think to get to low stability, under negative 60, so we could get the event for low stability.
We could. There's a chance.
Yeah. But I think we're safe from very low stability.
We are.
So
I think we're going to be all right. If we can get to 70 days and we get that research bonus, we're back into positive.
Yeah, see, we need to get our political. This is a whole different game.
To be honest with you, I think
high party popularity,
it's just as fun.
Yeah. We're already at high. If we can get up to very high, it's another plus 0.25 per day. So it's investing a lot of political power.
It's for a permanent
to gain
bonus.
a lot of political power in the long run, yeah. I like it. Are these guys... So are there... Okay, so we can replace these guys if we want to.
Absolutely, and there's some benefit to doing so.
Yeah, and they're each tied to a party.
Which probably boosts that party's influence and our relationship with them.
Yeah. Who do we choose for chief of army? Right?
Eric von Ludendorff would probably be the chief.
There? There he is.
He would probably be the chief of army. Oh my goodness, he's there. Yeah, I was gonna say there's no way the chief of army would be anybody but Ludendorff.
That's awesome.
I mean, on Leto Vorbeck, is he there? He'd be an outside.
Vorbeck?
Paul von Leto Vorbeck. He was. I probably butchered that. He was.
There he is. Yeah.
Ha! Germany, East Africa. Yep. Very good.
Yep. Division speed plus 15%. Yeah.
There you go. He was brilliant, by the way.
All the old guard here.
Bach.
Yeah.
There's Bach. There you go.
Dunitz. We can hire Raider. This is awesome. This is some cool stuff right here. Chief of Air Force.
Where's Falkenhayn? Is he dead or alive?
What would he be under? Would he be under Army?
Yeah, absolutely.
Falkenhayn. Let's see.
He might have. He might
be dead.
He was old. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
military high command. Yeah, this is gonna be an adventure.
This makes my inner Great War nerd sort of trip out.
Downfall and stability. Low stability. All right. First International Congress. Representatives from numerous syndicalist and socialist nations have gathered in Paris today in what might just be a defining moment in the history of the ideologies. The French Commune has invited numerous countries to the first official gathering of the members of the Third International to discuss political, foreign matters, and cooperate on spreading socialism further. Not if we have anything to do with it. The French opened the international with a powerful parade, festivities in Paris, and finally a speech by the chairman of the CSP. Topics like Spain, the United States, and the world economic crisis are the top priority, and it's expected that France and Britain will take initiative in the gathering.
Interesting development. I'm sure we're watching that very close.
Ideas expired. No longer benefit from guaranteed holdings. Okay, so the Reds are meeting to coordinate their activities, which are definitively aimed against the order we have established in Europe following our victory.
Dominion of India won the war.
We must watch this with meetings and analyze it closely. So India
wrecked Afghanistan.
All of the northern provinces, basically. How much manpower are we short overall? It says we're not short any. But these guys are only at 82% strength. So that's what I'm confused about right now. Oh. We'll figure it out.
We have the most powerful army on Earth, so it's not like I'm terribly worried about it.
We got computers. Oh, it might have something to do with our colonial divisions too.
Probably.
We don't have direct control over those guys. What about we never got the Crete event. I think that's bugged possibly. Holy crap, yeah. We've got a very large fleet down here.
In Singapore.
Yeah, and a good number of is this Portugal? Still owns Macau in this timeline?
Huh.
Hong Kong is owned by... Okay, the legation cities. So that's like the faction that was made out of the Allied holdings in China. Gotcha. International shows its true face. So we get 10,000 more manpower.
It's all gone. And it's gone.
That's how we get people to join the army in 1936. The Second Reich is like communists, and then like a bunch of people line up. Well, it's a Kaiser, and then it's like
Let's
okay.
declare war on the Soviet Union.
Oh, it's happened. So we have the Second Russian Revolution. Second Russian Civil War. Mere 20 years ago, in the last years of the Weltkrieg, the Russian Empire collapsed in turmoil, ripped apart between nationalist movements, the Whites and the Reds. After a German intervention, the Republican government defeated the Bolsheviks.
Wow,
but it appears
okay, so that's what happened.
Gotcha. The Russian revolutionary spirit was not extinguished. After ineffective land reforms by the Kerensky government and austerity measures to pay off the Brest-Litovsk reparations, like I said, we did this to ourselves. As well as a crisis in the government after the president's assassination, the cities in the western part of the nation have engulfed with the red tide once more. Will Bukharin's Soviet Russia prevail, or will loyalists to the white government defeat the dissenters a second time? Interesting.
I mean,
So-
they got Moscow though. Like,
Nikolai
I know
Bukharin
it looks.
is, I guess, because Stalin and Lenin
Yep.
are dead, probably. Yeah, so they're radical socialists. So they are not necessarily natural allies with syndicalist France, although they're getting close to being taken over by the totalists.
So here's what's interesting, right? You think that Russia would have an advantage over Soviet Russia based on the map? They do not. Soviet Russia has Moscow.
We could send Lend-Lease to Romanov. Wait, did they go monarchist? Or does he just happen to be a Romanov? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see how this goes, but they might be in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, we've got good stockpiles of almost everything. Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. Civil War in Russia. Okay, cool. The crisis in Russia has reached a frightening level of intensity. Once more, red and white forces are at war. We've seen the horrors of Bolshevism once before, and though our own workers may not like it, so that's the other wrinkle here, is we haven't curbed the
Our own.
our own syndicalist movement yet. It's probably in our best interest to help the legitimate Russian government. So we can send them volunteers. We lose manpower that we don't have, which doesn't really matter. We send a bunch of infantry equipment to Russia. We can only spare supplies. We can't supply. Okay, I'd say
Send them volunteers. Do it.
Yeah. So now we get the Cretan question. With our economy in shambles after Black Monday, our colonial empire has been under fairly harsh scrutiny. The main territory that has been under examination is Crete. Crete is larger and harder to defend than Malta, and the upkeep is higher as well. To help with our deficit, it's been proposed that we essentially sell the island to either the Ottomans or the Greeks. So keeping it under our influence, we lose 50 political power. We could afford it. It's not great. Crete gains negatives with the Ottoman Empire and Greece. We can offer Crete to the Ottomans, or we can offer it to the Greeks. I honestly say keep it. Yeah.
We don't know the Ottomans or the Greeks
I mean,
like dirt.
the Ottomans could still be natural allies for us because they're paternal autocrats, so they're in a similar ideology spectrum to us.
But I don't see the need to start selling off our
authoritarian
holdings
democracy.
piecemeal.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Let's keep it.
Yeah.
We are in agreement on that. All right. So the Soviets have Moscow. Oh, the Don Kuban Union. Okay.
That was probably not wise.
So they're autocrats. I don't know why they're getting involved in this. Actually,
Why did Russia open up a second front? I don't know how wise that is.
maybe they declared war on Russia, and it just said that Russia was the aggressor. Triad Syndicate has declared war on the... What the fuck? So the Triads have their own government, apparently? Okay.
Good luck with that.
There's basically a gang war, a giant gang war going on in East Asia. It's not our part of East Asia, so
We should be watching what is going on with Russia with great interest.
Yeah, see if they get encircled here by the Don Kubans and cut off. All right. Increasing activity of the suffragist movement. Interesting. Lately, there's been a rise in activity of the supporters of women's suffrage. That is, those who want to grant women the right to vote and run for office. And this troubled these... When did women actually get the right to vote in Germany?
I don't know.
I mean, it wasn't the 30s. I know that much.
I can tell you, I don't know.
In these troubled times for the German Empire, it's not easy to choose the best solution. Granting them what they ask for would anger more conservative elements of our government, especially members of the Reichstag, currently elected by universal male suffrage. On the other hand, a stern refusal followed by reprisals might lead to riots and more protests, especially in the more liberal states that already permitted female voting in regional assemblies. Okay, so there's, at least in this scenario, there was already some degree of that. The third possibility is a compromise, granting women the right to vote and be elected in the local assemblies of all the constituent members of the empire. But this last solution might only postpone the problem for the present time, and we might have to deal with these suffragists again in the future.
That's a huge
Minus
lick.
160 political power, but Britain, France, and the United States will like us. Grant voting rights in local
That I think is the
assemblies.
one to do.
Refuse preposterous demands is like the worst.
Grant them the right.
Okay, so
minus 20.
We'll grant them rights in local assemblies for now and deal with the movement again.
Looks like the White Russians are making a push to encircle Moscow, actually.
Yeah, that would be the wise move.
There we go.
All right, so the Heimat focus is complete. We're almost out of political power debt. Status of the FAUD, thorn in the side of German society, promoting syndicalist ideals. The common man, the Kaiser feels worried they may cause great unrest if left unchecked, but the politicians of the Reichstag warn that banning the party could turn them even more radical and violent. Whatever path we go, we must tread it carefully. So that would give us more political power and free workers.
We'd have to deal with the
Germany.
syndicalist problem, is what that makes inevitable,
Right.
it seems like. Is that what we want right now?
Well, our other option is to expand the Navy. Or get treaties with Ireland and the Cossacks.
I don't know that we want to start encircling our enemies yet.
Yeah. I
Let's,
guess...
let's decide it.
Okay, wait. We've got extra research funding.
Why not?
Yeah, let's do that. Invest in science and technology. The thing I'm worried about is that this is going to be kind of like the Stalin purges. Like, if we don't take this, we're going to get a really bad event later with the syndicalists. But we'll have to see. Have to see how that goes.
What happens with the Stalin purges if you don't take it? I don't know.
Trotsky comes back and overthrows the government, and you have another civil war to fight.
Interesting.
Dispersed or concentrated industry? It's tough to say, because it's like we don't even know what kind of air power we're going to be going up against. I almost want to go dispersed for the production efficiency retention.
Do it. Do it.
I don't know, though. This seems more Kaiser-y. Like, let's just push out as much shit as we can. Like let's brute force our industry. That seems more
Do
of a Kaiser thing to do. Yeah. Are they in a faction yet? By the way. Okay, so Britain has not joined the Third International yet, so that's good for now.
Our political power problem has almost evaporated. That's awesome.
Yeah. So we can work towards getting our... Oh, what the fuck? What just happened? Siberia went independent. They're a republic, apparently.
Wow.
I have no idea what just happened. That's not good. I mean... They didn't take,
to be honest,
the important part of Russia, but they took a big chunk.
I mean,
And
Russia...
they're not at war with anyone, so Russia must have just released them as a subject.
Interesting. Although it would appear to me that the White Russians have the edge here.
Yeah, they're pushing back more than they're getting pushed back. So, and even on the Don Kuban front, it doesn't look like there's much progress being made.
Well, a powerful German interference is absolutely decisive.
Popularity is rising. Due to his popular policies, one of our loyal ministers has managed to strengthen our ideology. With some additional influence, we can increase our popularity. Yeah, we can
Why
take
not?
a minus 40 hit.
Why not?
Just so we don't have any revolutions.
Siberia declared war on Russia. Siberia.
So I have no idea.
What's even going on here right now?
Ethnic conflict in Sri Lanka.
Oh,
okay,
no.
so we have our colony of Sri Lanka. Ceylon Island is settled by Sinhalese and Tamils, who have battled for reign over this land for ages. Recent crises have caused even more havoc and disobedience, so our presence here is still in danger.
Dang it. Well, there goes our political power.
Like, what's there? A lot of rubber, so we actually do want to hold on to that. I was about to be like, do we really need Ceylon? But no, yeah, they have a lot of rubber.
Yes, we do.
So yeah. Oh, see, that's what I was worried was going to happen. The whites are getting encircled down in the south here. We're ahead of time on that. We're ahead of time on atomic, obviously. Already researching land doctrine.
The Panzer.
Panzer twos.
Why not?
Yeah.
Improve the armor, man.
Yeah.
I think being attacked from 3 sides might be it for our allies in Russia there.
The other interesting thing is I don't know that German tank development would have followed the same path.
Probably not.
In this scenario, they would probably go for bigger, bulkier, defensive infantry support tanks as opposed.
Look at them try to.
Yeah.
This is ugly.
This is getting ugly. Yeah.
They penetrated too deep and didn't protect themselves.
Extra research funding, excellent.
We'll take it.
So IG Farben, pharmaceutical company currently researching ways to synthesize various chemical compounds that might prove useful to our interests. We don't have the political power to hire them right now.
True.
We don't have the political power to hire either of these guys.
So I think we might be dealing with the FAUD.
Yeah, because I'm really afraid that if we don't do this,
something awful happen.
There's going to be like a giant syndicalist uprising or something at some point down the line. So.
I think the Soviets might have just won the war.
Yeah, well, Siberia. I don't know what happened with Siberia. Like, we didn't even get an event to explain what the hell is going on there. So, what are the current wars? Chinese-Mongolian War. So the Moklik is fighting Mongolia. Russian-Soviet War. Russian-Dankubian War. The Municipal Civil War between the Triads and the Legation Cities.
The Gang War.
And then the Siberian-Russian War. War goal. It doesn't really say what they want. But, so yeah, actually Russia is winning, I think.
Yeah, but that was before the huge setback of the encircling.
We'll see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, they're getting pushed back fast now. Yeah, they probably lost a good, possibly up to 100,000 men down there, so. Or will lose once they run out of places to run. I mean, we could give them asylum in Ukraine if they gave us that option. I don't mind. I don't mind doing that. If they
we might want to start Lend-Lease, man. I don't know that we want a Soviet neighbor.
Yeah, at this point, I don't know if they have the manpower, though. I mean, this is the core manpower area of Russia, and they just lost Siberia, which, granted, doesn't have a lot of manpower, but. Okay, so they retook.
That would be the way to salvage this. Puncture through that.
Yeah, they've got to blitz along. I mean, there's forests here, but if we were gonna plan out this operation, which by the way, we're gonna be planning out some MF operations this playthrough. I know I've noticed I've gotten irritated at myself in our previous Hoy series and how little we actually plan. If they did some kind of like a sweep up through here, go around the forests, use your motorized and.
Okay.
Okay, so the status of the FAUD, the Free Workers Union of Germany, German Freie Arbeiter Union Deutschlands, is an anarcho-syndicalist trade union operating in Germany since its creation on September 15th, 1919. They've been free to operate until now. Do you feel like that's something that would have been, like, would the Kaiser have been okay with that in 1919?
Depends on if it
I
stayed
don't
beneath
know.
his notice.
Yeah, but we have proof that their leaders are in contact with syndicalist organizations in other nations, such as Spain. We also suspect they may be plotting against the Kaiser, so we can jail their leaders. France gets the Germany bans the FAUD event. Take no chances with these Reds. Continue to allow them to operate. We lose a shit ton of political power.
There's no way
they can't hurt us, right?
There's no way the Kaiser would have allowed them to continue.
France is gonna be pissed, but hey, we've been in this timeline. We've kicked French ass for the last how many decades? Like, Halbstarka terrorized the cities. With the devastating economic situation, many families struggle to earn their daily bread, and the social security net is strained beyond the breaking point. Now, in the last weeks, the streets of many German cities have been increasingly terrorized by gangs of teenagers. These Halbstarke steal products from markets and shops, and often money from innocent pedestrians, or commit acts of vandalism to escape boredom and frustration. More and more citizens do not feel safe anymore on the streets.
Man, just as our political power situation had recovered, it goes down the tube again. But at least we're not in what I would call a political power like...
Oh, man. If Kursk can hold. If Kursk can hold and they can make a breakthrough. At this point, just pincer. It's 2 provinces. Just pincer. I'm pointing at the screen, which I know nobody watching this will be able to
Yeah, but it's so true. It's like, this is your chance to salvage a really horrible situation.
You've just got to get those troops out of Kursk and deploy them elsewhere on the front. Oh, see, that's going to be an overrun right there.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's a major, major Soviet victory. I don't know if Russia will come back from that.
Probably not.